the zapping as possible. Think of it as a power wash simulator. Every biome you visit is more heavily polluted than the last. Flotsam Flats, our second area, is a crater-pocked environment littered with shipwrecks and cargo crates. Restoring this area requires more effort. For example, you can't just zap these crates. Instead, you'll have to pry metal latches off their corners to crack them open. Luckily, you can put all your collected trash to good use by turning them into material bits to upgrade your bubble gun. Better yet, you'll build new cleaning tech, such as purifier bombs, trash vacuum drones, and ride-on goop scrubbers. You can also expand your oxygen levels to extend your range without needing to race back to base to top up your supply. Or you can build and place new oxygen rings out in the world itself. Pro tip: cleaning tubular sponges also releases air bubbles to gulp down. And now, for the stars of the game, the Loddles. These friendly axolotl-like aliens are the lifeblood of Loddlenort. While it's technically your job to clean these oceans, you'll want to do it for your new friends. When you meet your first Loddle, it's covered in muck, and our bubble gun is too harmful to use on it directly. But what if we try... That's better! Loddles are very friendly and love to follow you. You can feed them, pet them, and even communicate with them. During development, the team looked at amazing games such as Subnautica and Abzu, but the biggest inspirations of all are Sonic Adventure 2's Chao Garden mode and Tamagotchi. The team really wanted to capture the joys of hatching and raising cute alien friends. Loddles even evolve depending on what you feed them, and we hope you'll love them as much as we do. Loddlenort is coming to PC later in 2023, but you needn't wait that long. Wishlist the game on Steam, and you can dive right into our playable demo. Restore Ripple Reef to its former glory, and befriend your very first Loddle today.
Hi, I'm Preeti, and this is my game Gordlets. Gordlets is a cozy city-building sandbox. Place buildings and scenery, and then watch visiting Gordlets arrive and interact with the world. No objectives, no scores, just building. You can make your island as large or as small as you want, with a variety of buildings and plants and other objects to choose from. The Gordlets will start fishing on docks, roasting marshmallows by the fire, and interacting with the world you've created. You can choose whether it's day or night, and you can control the weather. You can even enter buildings and turn them into cafes, libraries, houses, and more. There aren't any stressful objectives or time limits, and nothing to level up or keep track of. It's just about building a rich world and watching it come to life. Gordlitz is the perfect game to relax and unwind with no objectives to worry about. Just build, create, and watch as your world flourishes.
Welcome to Botany Manor, a stately home in 19th century England. You play as Arabella Green, a retired botanist, exploring her house and gardens filled with research to figure out the ideal habitat of forgotten flora. Build your herbarium by growing each plant and discovering the mysterious qualities that they hold. Botany Manor is an exploration puzzle game where you play as a retired botanist. Botany Manor is set in the 19th century, a time of great scientific discovery. Explore a complete historical English manor and its grounds. There are many rooms and gardens to discover, all set inside a beautiful countryside surrounding. Botany Manor is a relaxing and peaceful environment. Feel free to stop and smell the roses. The puzzles you solve in Botany Manor come in the shape of growing plants. Find seeds, pot them, and carry your seedlings to their right environment. The plants you need to grow are fussy, and finding their ideal habitat will sometimes require you to think outside the box. There are many interactive items scattered around the house that can help you achieve this. To figure out each plant's habitat, you'll need to gather information by inspecting clues such as botanical posters, newspapers, letters, paintings, and postcards. Literally anything you encounter can be useful for your research. Room by room, you learn more about the life and career of Arabella and the challenges that she faced as a woman navigating her scientific career. You can wishlist Botany Manor now on Steam, and to stay up to date on the latest news, you can follow Botany Manor on Twitter and TikTok.
hats off to all the teams that put so much energy into making something different and exciting. Henry Halfhead looks like my jam, and I cannot help but seeing the Fifth Element and Crazy Taxi and the Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom. So cool. Well, that's it, guys. So many dope games, awesome devs and experiences to look forward to. I think you should just throw money at the screen right now because those games look so delectable. Time for a key drop. Our final one. Take out your phones and take a snapshot of the QR code on the screen. Check it out. Grab some keys. Yes. And that's it. Be sure to check out the Mix event page on Steam where you can learn more about all of the up and coming games on this show, play some of their demos, wishlist the games, and you will be notified when they are available. Get them on all the other platforms too. Support them however you can. We want to give a shout out to our sponsors for helping to make this thing happen. PlayStation, Raw Fury, and Wilson Sonsini, and Freedom, Goblins, Limited Run, Neon Doctrine, New Blood, Super, Thunderful, Tiny Build, Whitethorn Games, Wire Productions, and Razer. Shout out to our broadcasting partners for supporting this showcase and the developers on the stream. Twitch, IGN, GameSpot, Steam, everybody who co-streamed. You guys are so dope. Salute to the developers who are participating. They have all contributed their games, blood, sweat, and tears to make this thing possible as well. We want to thank the Mix team. Without you guys, it wouldn't make this happen. Without us, we wouldn't make this happen. Abe, Travis, Joel, Mary, Knapp, Heidi, Matt, Timmy, all the developers as well. You guys and gals are awesome for tuning in. Big shout out to you, and thanks for joining us. Make sure to subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube channels. Follow us on Twitter at Indie Exchange. Everywhere else at Media Indie Exchange. Media Indie Exchange. Up next is another Black Voice in Gaming presented by Destiny and Khalif. Again, my name is Justin Woodward, co-founder of The Mix, BVIG, BGDF. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.
What is up, my good people? If you missed it, we finished celebrating Black History Month with a special BVIG showcase. That as it may be, we couldn't leave you hanging in March. Let's just be real. BVIG is celebrating Black achievements in the game industry year-round. It was created in June of 2020 during the protests and demonstrations that united us worldwide. Black Voices in Gaming has gone from a showcase to a nonprofit organization that helps accelerate the growth of professional game developers. You might be wondering how. Well, our mission is to facilitate a space where game studio entrepreneurs can access funding, meet publishers, and connect with mentors to help them succeed. As always, it's great to be back here co-hosting Black Voices in Gaming. My name is Destiny, and I've literally always got something going on. But being part of Black Voices in Gaming is always something that I feel extremely proud of. You can also catch me at Level 1 Gaming, a minority-owned organization that focuses on gaming news, entertainment, and all things geek culture. But before we jump into today's amazing guest, I'm going to let my co-host introduce himself.
What's good, everybody? Hey, Des, thank you so much for having me. Hey, everybody at home. My name is Khalif Adams. I own and run the award-winning Spawn on Me podcast, the premier podcast spotlighting people of color in the video game industry. Alongside that, I also run the Spawnies, which is a gaming award show that's here to give love to underrepresented devs within the space. Last but not least, I'm also a dev at Firewalk Studios and super excited to be here rocking with all of you here. And Des, it is so cool to be with you and all the folks at Black Voice in Gaming and all the fam out there watching.
Yo, I'm excited. I'm so happy to see you. Like, we keep going in circles where we see each other, but being here today with you and like pre-recording and having talks and everything is going to be a blast. But before we get in, we always have to thank our sponsors. And I think Khalif is going to do great at that. So Khalif, who are our sponsors and who are we thanking?
I mean, look, we got to give love to the crew. We got to give love to the sponsors. A massive shout out to everyone who came and contributed. First, we have to give love to our silver sponsors. We got to talk about our folks over at PlayStation. Massive fan of everybody who's doing that work over on the Sony brand. I know I just got my PSVR 2 rocking it in virtual reality. Des, how are you doing? How are you rocking with the PlayStation team?
Oh my God. Listen, I want one and I just haven't gotten it yet because I'm a little scared of virtual reality. You know, I might get in there and not want to come back out.
I have been there. I've gotten there for sure. It has been a rough time staying in virtual reality because I don't want to leave either. But we got to talk about our other folks over at ID at Xbox as well. Wonderful folks over on that team, making sure that the indie space is getting the love that it deserves. What's up with you and ID at Xbox?
Whoa, I just got my Xbox and look, I'm loving it. And also I'm looking forward to getting a Black Panther themed Xbox. Just if they have any in the background that they have any spares, I'm open. I have a space on my shelf ready for it.
You're ready to Wakanda forever your way through all the games.
Wakanda my way forever through all the games. You already know it.
I love it. Last but not least, we also have from our silver sponsors, we have our friends from Riot Games. I have been digging into the new season of Valorant a ton, getting my butt kicked all over the place. But you've been rocking some Riot Games games?
Listen, I tried out League of Legends when I lived in South Korea, and I will just tell you the skill, and I don't have it. I don't have the skill for League of Legends, but I do enjoy all of the things that they're putting out. The trailers, the female characters, like, is dope. So Riot, you've got a fan of me, even though I'm terrible at your games.
As a former writer, I got to give them the big daps for all the work that they continue to do. We also have our other sponsors in Raw Fury, Razer, and our friends over at Wilson Sonsini, giving us some love as well and helping our event go smoothly this year. So super excited about all of our sponsors. And yeah, Des, what do we got next coming up?
So we could not do the show without thanking our broadcasters. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't talk this morning, but that's right. Let's not forget them. We have Twitch Gaming has been there from the beginning. IGN, you guys know what's up. They actually did like a roundtable with us last month to talk about the importance of Black voices in gaming. Huge thank you to them. We have Game Jolt. We also have GameSpot and Steam. Now listen, speaking of Steam, don't forget to check out the Mix event page on where you can learn more about Black voices in gaming titles, buy the available games, and add them to your wish list. Remember, wish lists are super, super important, so go do that. It helps the devs a lot. Not only that, let's talk about donations. Let's talk about merch. Let's talk about socials. Because as I said before, Black Voices of Gaming has gone from a showcase to a nonprofit. So listen, we're going to make it super easy for you. Get your phone. Pull up the screen where you can like take a picture, grab those QR codes, and please, if you feel it in your heart, please donate. No amount is too small, and we truly appreciate all of your help. Also, check out our merch. Guys, we have some dope t-shirts. If you want to look fly, then you definitely have to get a Black Voices in Gaming t-shirt. Not only that, if you want to keep up with us, remember to follow us on BVI Gaming at Twitter. That's BVI Gaming, and Black Voices in Gaming on YouTube and Instagram. So now that we've said our thank yous, we've shouted out our appreciation, it's time to get this show rolling. Khalif, what do you have for us? Tell us a little bit about our first guest. Who's coming up next?
We have a fantastic guest in Xalavier Nelson Jr. We're going to be talking to him about his game El Paso Elsewhere. Super excited about that game, which, you know, brings a lot of the fun Max Payne vibes that we've been waiting for and hoping for in a game that we haven't seen in a really long time. So excited to talk about Xalavier, and let's talk to him right about now.
98% of me is screaming in pain or exultation. Glad for an excuse to fall. I tell myself it was always going to be a one-way trip. That's what love is. It's a trip between who you were and whatever the hell you become next. I need to know that you believe, so I can too. Ready? 1, 2, 3. My name is James Savage. Here's Here's to believing.
Oh my goodness, what a great trailer for El Paso Elsewhere. I am so excited for this game. Really hyped for it. What'd you think about the trailer, Des?
I thought it was dope. Like, I'm just as excited as you. And I'm really excited because we have someone who's going to talk to us about El Paso and give us all the ins and outs. So, who is that? Who's talking to us today?
Let's bring him on right now. Zalavir Nelson Jr. How are you, Zalavir? How's everything going?
Hey folks, I'm doing great. It is a Thursday, and the fact that I remember it's a Thursday means that I'm doing real good today.
Shout out to Thursday.
Shout out to Thursday.
Shout out to Thursday. Give the folks at home a little bit of info about you, about what's going on in your world, and talk to us a little bit about El Paso Elsewhere.
Yeah, so I am a prolific creator with over 70 credits underneath my belt. I've done stuff from writing to
Whoa,
production
I don't mean to interrupt you, but that is dope. 70?
Over 70 in the past 7 years. I'm a little
That
bit
is
tired.
wild. Well, I mean, like, but that's great. Like, big ups to you.
It's an honor. It's the industry as a whole is not calculated to allow people much space to grow personally, let alone express their personal creativity. So the fact that I've had the opportunity to do that, growing at what feels like light speed in this medium and having the ability to contribute to a lot of teams and now share that knowledge every place I go while picking up new tricks along the way has been great. So whether it's writing, production, biz dev, design, or increasingly direction, I've just been working on a lot of stuff for a long time. I've worked in print and literature and tabletop RPGs and comics, and now I'm honored to be presenting the first of the sort of next phase of El Paso of Strange Scaffold projects. Those projects being El Paso Elsewhere and Sunshine Shuffle. We've got 6 games in development. Those are the 2 that are above water, and our hope is to reveal the rest of them before the end of the year to really show y'all what we're pulling together and the level that we're operating at when we're trying to, as the studio motto goes, build games better, faster, cheaper, and healthier than the industry assumes is possible.
I mean, you and the team continue to pump out some fantastic and amazing games. You go from dogs running an airport to trading organs in space, and now we get to El Paso Elsewhere. I got to know how the through line went through from all of those conversations to what we got a chance to see in the trailer today.
I think the big thing that I use to direct the visions of these projects is just, do I need to make this game before I die? And the answer in this case was, vampire tragedy. Having a relationship with the Lord of the Vampires is going to mess you up in the process. So you are coming to El Paso, Texas, your hometown, to stop your ex from destroying the world, which means that in the process, you might have to kill the monster that you loved. You play as a rad black monster hunter called James Savage in El Paso Elsewhere. The game has an original hip-hop soundtrack on which I'm a vocalist and lyricist.
Yes.
Yeah, like we're making games differently, which means we can afford to make games specifically. Games that hit specific emotional ranges, new production processes, wild things like producing a full-on experimental horror hip-hop album on top of building a Max Payne spiritual successor for a genre that has been pretty undertouched. The throwback third-person shooter basically hasn't been made in the past, decade plus. So getting to explore that territory and do that in style while also having running simultaneously things like Sunshine Shuffle, where you're playing cards and exchanging stories with cute, adorable animals who did a horrible crime 12 years ago and are telling you how and why they did it so that they don't get executed by the mafia. We're trying to show what is possible in games and how you can try to build different production strategies and methodologies that mean that the people who are building and collaborating on these things with you don't get destroyed in the process, or at the very least get to walk away no matter how the game does. And it changes genuinely the types of games you can make. I'm really excited to be where we are right now.
That's what's
love that.
up. Oh my God. And listen, like it just sounds like you wear so many different hats. And I love that about the indie game space because it does kind of give you that freedom to create what you want to create, whether it be because you have to create a game before you die or just because you want to put a game out there that you think people would enjoy. And I think El Paso is like, for me, it's really exciting, not only because like I like vampires and I like love stories, but also I get to go in and kick some butt. And I think that's incredible. Like I didn't even know I needed this game until I realized I needed this game, you know? So
that's the
not
goal.
only that-
We want to bring people games that they don't know that they need yet.
Well, you've done it. You've absolutely done it. And I cannot wait to play it. But while we have you here, you've also brought up another game that we are going to be showcasing and letting you guys see the trailer of, and then we're actually going to jump in and play it a little bit. So before we drop that trailer, can you tell us a little bit more about Sunshine Shuffle, the cute animals and the mafia? And I'm terrible at gambling, so like this will be an experience for me.
So, Sunshine Shuffle began its genesis as a project in late 2020. Obviously, people had a lot of feelings in 2020, and what we said was, you know what, we just need like just create a safe, happy space in a video game. We haven't seen a Poker Night at the Inventory game in a while. There's only been 2 of those. How hard can it be to mix basically like a visual novel and a poker game? We could probably replicate that tech pretty easily and do Animal Crossing meets Poker at Night at the Inventory with a bunch of little friends. And that had 2 problems. First of all, despite even working with ex-Telltale people on the game, no one told us that we were basically making the immersive sim of narrative games. It is probably the most nightmarish and difficult game production process Strange Scaffold has experienced so far. Not because of work conditions, but because it's just a really, really hard game to make. It has to work flawlessly all the time, and it's immediately obvious if it doesn't work. And if it does work, you don't get any credit for it because it just looks like it's supposed to, right? The second thing is that it was boring. It was boring. There was just nice people at the table around you, and there was kind of a light bulb click. Again, talking about games I need to make before I die and ways to make them that I can be proud of and that allow me and my collaborators to hopefully continue to contribute to the industry for a long time to come. I was looking at this game and saying, I'm not having fun trying to tell this story. I don't know what these characters are trying to say. And it being my brain, I jumped to, okay, they robbed a bank 12 years ago. They thought they got away with it. Turns out they took the mafia's money. Consequences ensued, and then you show up on their doorstep, so they're telling you how and why they did it, so that they don't get executed by the mob. Also, you get to decorate the boat. And then all of these things start to click in terms of the game had teeth. It had something to say. It had characters that you could attach to and learn about and uncover the depths of in a really really core way that made them feel like a cast in their own right. And you can still customize the boat. Now there's a little poof every time you buy an item or like a new deck of cards or some chips. So yeah, even if you don't know how to play poker, you get to unravel a fantastic story brought together by some really talented people with an all original ska soundtrack by Ska-Tune Network. Jam.
Yo,
yes.
Let's go.
So every
I love
game we're
Ska-Tune.
making has a huge every game we're making has like kind of is taking these big creative swings with collaborators both that you've heard of and that you haven't heard of at all, and especially taking big swings musically because the games industry is full of cowards who won't fill their soundtracks with ska, and I'm excited to break that trend.
I
You're
love
so
you with every
funny.
fiber of my being.
Oh my God,
Every
I
fiber
love
of my
it.
being.
Listen, you
And-
had
and-
me at customizing my boat. I can customize
Yeah.
my boat. I can decorate my boat. Like, yes. But I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
It's
Steve,
technically
I
their
didn't mean to
boat,
cut
but
off.
if you want to like repossess it, that's on you. That's
It's,
that's
look,
that's
if I'm
within your
playing the
rights.
game, it's my boat, and it's gonna look the way I want it to look, and they're just along for the ride.
Well, I know we have some world premiere. I know we have some world premiere footage. We're gonna check out the game and get some time on the sticks with it right about now. But also, hearing you talk about the game in that way, it reminds me of Heat, in the movie Heat. And I was just thinking, because of the animal component in this game, you needed a subtitle for Sunshine Shuffle. You could say Sunshine Shuffle, dog in Heat. That would be kind of an amazing under.
Listen, when you download the 18 plus patch, sponsored by Spawn on Me, Khalif Adams.
I will pony up that dough.
And with that, folks,
subtitle.
No, we're not even going to continue the dog in the heat conversation. With that, we are going to go to the trailer. Here we go, everybody. Hope you enjoy it. All right, guys, we just saw the trailer and now we're going to jump into the game. I'm super excited because I want to decorate. I don't know if I'm going to get to decorate, but I would like to decorate. So let's start a new
It depends on how good you are at poker.
Ooh,
I told you I'm terrible at poker, but Khalif said he's good at it, so he can help me.
Flush. 3 of a kind. Two pair. 2 pair and a Dougie.
What's 2 pair and a
Whoever
Dougie
can
mean?
shout.
Oh, that's dope. I love that.
Okay, so, the new face. Well, not new to me, but we'll cross that bridge with the others when we get to it. All right, homie. I don't suppose you're in the mood to reveal this deal you've concocted. Maybe. Well, I don't mind. If you're getting polite, I'll just throw you overboard. It's a big ocean. Dang, threats already. But if you won me over, the rest of the morning shift would take to you like pig to butter. Okay.
I like the text animations on this too.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
The sooner we get started, the sooner they get their lives. And the sooner I can get to know you too, mysterious investigator. I feel like he's hitting on me. Do you guys feel like he's hitting? I feel like he's hitting on me.
You might be trying to get the digits.
Speaking of, who are you? What do you want to? You know what? My name is D-E to the Z. Des. You guys continue. And I'm gonna be. Oh my god, can I be a cat? Okay, we don't have a lot of time. I'm gonna be a rabbit. I'm gonna be a frog. I'm gonna be a frog.
This is the big. This is the big moral choices that we don't often get in games.
I mean, look.
It's so hard because I love rabbits and I love frogs too, and I didn't see a cat. So lovely. If you're sure about that, we can get going. I'm sure. I'm actually not sure.
And this is one thing that we do to alter the formula for Poker Night at the Inventory is you could have dialogue options now. Guide the story a little bit yourself.
I like that. That gives you more immersion. Okay. Without further ado, welcome to the boat that crime bought and love keeps afloat. He is totally hitting on me, guys. Okay, welcome to the SS Sunshine.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, you hear the music change?
Let's go. I love Skatoon too. So talented. Oh, this is so good.
Oh, this is so nice.
Oh, this is so good. I'm digging this. So talk a little bit about how it was to work with Skatoon.
Skatoon was... Is it Skatoon?
Scatoon, I think you probably have it right.
Scatoon is incredible. Jer is an incredible collaborator and musician. We also worked with RJ Lake for the music on this project for some of the interstitial bits, but Scatoon was an incredible collaborator that kind of the DNA of good ska that you're hearing right now ended up permeating throughout the entire project. I'm really glad we got to work together.
Those horns are hitting.
So you might want to press B so that you close this.
So I don't have to go through all that? Okay. All right. I'm
it
ready.
Looks like they're playing Texas Hold'em style poker.
It is Texas Hold'em.
Let's just get through like one round of this, like if we can. I have a 5 and a 9. So what do? Do I raise 20? Do I call 10? Do I fold? The pot is 25.
Ooh, I want to hear Zalavir's take on how to play this hand. This is going to be good. I like this.
Raise. It's a short life, and if you go bankrupt, they probably aren't going to do anything bad at like push you overboard or whatever. So just raise. Raise every time.
That's what I do.
Go big.
Go big or go home. Good call, hopefully. Yeah, I'm hoping so. Zalazar is the one who told me to do it. Okay. Let's go.
Animals have good banter.
Let's raise again. Oh my god, I'm scared.
This pot has already gone to 200.
Yeah, no, we're probably gonna get thrown overboard.
Andy just folded, so
we're at 280. Okay. All right.
Dez is bullying the pot right now. We see it happening.
Oh, this is a very bad hand for you to be so invested in.
Yes, it is.
You might want to fold, actually.
So talk a little bit about the process, Zalavir, of you learning how to play poker while kind of going through the process of making the game.
I kind of figured a 5 and a 9 would not be good. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I fold it. Ooh, things are heating up. Yeah, but I fold it. So, now that's a good play. Okay, Billy.
Did you learn a lot about the process of playing poker while making the games, Zalavir?
My team did. It's been 2.5 years. We're close to launch now, and I don't know how to play poker. I learned 7 separate times, and then I just forgot after a little bit because there was different parts of the project and things like El Paso Elsewhere to go over to. And by the time I came back from writing a neo-noir love tragedy, I forgot how to play poker again.
Well,
it works that way.
I think you guided me pretty well. I'm still on the boat and I didn't get thrown overboard. But guys, we are coming to the end because we are out of time. Please, please, please go wishlist this game. Go check it out because I can already tell I'm going to have a lot of fun and I'm going to learn a lot about gambling and I'm going to be a professional. And not only that, me and how do you say his name? Fidelius? How do you say him? Fidelius. We're obviously going to be a couple. So anyways, right before we sign off and I start giving my digits out to this dog, can you let the people know where to find you if they want to find out more about you, your team, and what you've got going on?
You can follow @StrangeScaffold on Twitter, on Instagram, and also on YouTube. We've got El Paso Elsewhere, a throwback slow motion shooter on the way, coming this fall, and then Sunshine Shuffle coming in the near future to PC as well as a mystery console. El Paso Elsewhere will be on Xbox and PC. You can wishlist them both now. And the important thing about Sunshine Shuffle is that even if it teaches you to gamble, it does not teach children to gamble. I'm not teaching children to gamble. Don't tell Steam or the FCC that I teach children to gamble. That isn't that isn't what I do. That isn't what happened. I'd never.
You would never. Nothing cute animals or anything that would actually want to get a child creative and want to play the game. That's not what you were aiming for there at all. And so Steam, we hope that you hear us. That's not what's going on here. But thank you so much for coming on and sharing these games with us. It was so dope. And I hope you guys are ready because we have some more amazing guests coming up soon.
Absolutely. We have, and before we get to our next guest, I got to say, Xalavier, one of the best people on the planet. Super, super amazing. One of the best IG and TikTok games on the planet as well. But make sure you're checking out his TikTok. Super, super
Loved
fun
his
stuff
vibe. Loved
Super,
his
super
vibe. You
cool.
only live once.
You only live once.
Raise.
Only live
Keep
once.
reading.
Let's go over to our next guest. We have the man, the myth, the legend, and that is Hip Hop Gamer.
Press start.
Hip Hop Gamer. Press start. Yeah, you know what time it is. Yeah, you know what time it is. Brooklyn. Yeah, you know what time it is. Hip Hop Gamer, no stranger to danger. Record breaker, shot taker, playmaker. I show nothing but love, that's how I got greater. For those that don't see it, they stay stuck with the haters. Hip Hop Gamer, no stranger to greatness. So drop that gun gameplay, I overwatch that. Biggie Smalls life at the depth, so we respawn back. Red dot, headshot, red spots on your hard hat. This is what New York sounds like, and it's all that. Concrete core killer, rap game, raw spitter, frame data, play sicker. So you gotta aim quicker, backed out, ready for war. We got the painkillers, feeling like Mike in the game. Ow, thriller. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really riding with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really riding with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. My grandma taught me to be the best that I can be, so I took the game industry by the balls and believed in me, and equally merged it with verses. So anybody wanna battle, get a pen and a paddle with two controllers. Focus, the flow is explosive, breaking every barrier and parry all opposes. Yeah, the game is mine and it's time to be ferocious. You can call me rap god when it comes to game and culture. Embrace who I am and the world is gonna see it. The game industry, everybody wanna be in it. It's funny how the leaderboards will show you what is missing, and I get it, now I got it, cause I am top the position. Listen, from the hood, growing up, we ain't have much. Playing PlayStation with friends, felt like we had enough. It was those days with Sega, how we was raised up. Gotta love Sonic, cause Lost Rings that came up. Whoa. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really riding with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really riding with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. This is New York City. This is New York City. We the home of the gritty. Press start when we pop on. This is New York City. This is New York City. We the home of the gritty. Press start when we pop on.
Oh my God. I know you guys were bumping to that video. Like, it was incredible. And listen, we have the one and only, the infamous Hip Hop Gamer with us today to talk about his music, his journey, and all things gaming. What's up, Hip Hop? Are you in the house?
Yeah, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Black Voices in Gaming. The GOAT of the game is right here. Hot 97 is going down. Love you, Destiny. You already know what it is. Let's get it popping. Let's talk that talk. You know what I'm saying? And you already know, keep it real with me on here. You know what I'm saying? The realest is right here. So let's get that talking. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
That's what's up. Oh my God. I love the energy that you're bringing to this. Like, you get me so hyped.
Yeah, that's the way it's got to be, baby. Let's get it.
No, you're right. Positivity. So listen, I wrote down a few key points, and the first thing that I want to ask you, super random, but I heard something about a wrestling belt, and I just can you tell me about the wrestling belt, and then we'll jump into like all the other stuff. But guys, the wrestling belt, like, it's been on my mind. Tell me about the wrestling belt.
Gotcha. So the wrestling belt, it has sentimental value because I was always like my grandmother's champion. You know what I'm saying? And she's my champion. And my grandmother, she's the one who taught me how to play video games when I was 4 years old. So I've been playing video games all my life. And she taught me about life through video games. You know what I'm saying? So when I have the belt, it's not just about me being number one or just being a champion for the sake of selfish reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's more about showing my grandmother in the greatest light that I can, because she gave me what I give back to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the belt is all about. So on the belt, it got hip hop elements on it in terms of DMX, 50 Cent. And if you look at the gaming side, it got Kratos, Lara Croft, which is my favorite, my grandmother's favorite character was Lara Croft. And then, you see Hot 97, Logitech G, AMD on the belt as well. But the most important thing on the belt is putting God first. So it says God first, and it has my grandmother on it and my son on it. So my belt is a number one representation of everything that makes me me, and what I give back to the industry and what I give back to everybody in daily life that encounters me, period.
Yo, that's what's up. I didn't expect that story, but that was so touching. And that was super sweet. And the fact that your grandmother is the one who got you into gaming, and big ups to Lara Croft, because she is the baddest bee. So I can see why she loves her.
Yeah.
But all right, that was amazing. That was amazing.
Thank you.
All right, I'm sorry. I took it off the rails. We usually start with, tell us about who you are and what you do, and we will get into that now. But I needed to know about the belt, and I'm glad that you shared that story with us. But yeah,
I appreciate it.
Tell us about you. Oh, go ahead.
Well, like, just to set the tone, ain't nothing like traditional, like, or regular when it comes like to me. You know what I'm saying? So you do what you do, and we here. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about, you gotta stick to no script. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am the action, we are the action. So let's get that popping, yo. So you can ask me whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
What's up.
So let's get it.
All right.
Yep.
So let's tell our audience a little bit about Hip Hop Gamer, who he is, what he's doing in the industry. Like, we want to know all of it. Give us the 411.
Got you. So the first thing is, just with Hip Hop Gamer, my goal is to be number one, period. Like, I don't call myself the GOAT of the game for nothing. And the reason why I call myself the GOAT of the game, because you can't be the GOAT unless you take the hits, period. So the thing is, if you date back to 2008 and stuff like that, that's when I first got into the gaming industry from a professional standpoint. Shout out to my man Torrance Davis, who had a website back in the day called thebitbag.com. He discovered me and gave me opportunity to go to E3 for the first time. And when I went to E3, and this is 2008, so when I went to E3, that was the biggest game changer, because I got a chance to understand the other side of the gaming industry. You know what I'm saying? See, I only knew it, like how most of us knew it, just from a fan perspective, just seeing things. Now I get to understand how the bottom lines work. I get to understand who's in control, what happens, why things happen. And I just kept studying and learning, and building up, my brand by understanding how the industry works. Fast forward to today, 2023, I'm the first game journalist to do a lot of things. And that's important to me, not just to be the best, but not just to be the first, but I want to be the best at what I do, and the first. And if I'm not the first, I want to be the best at what I did, even if I wasn't first. So let's break it down. I'm the first gamer to bring gaming and finance together on the biggest spot ever. And that's the New York Stock Exchange with FinTech TV. You know what I'm saying? So that was a barrier breaking moment right there. That's one. Two, I'm the first gamer to bring gaming to radio in the form that I'm doing it. Now, I want to give a big shout out to my boy Godfrey, Gamer Tag Radio, because I know at one point in time he was on CBS Radio doing this thing too, talking about games. So much props to him. What I'm saying is, I'm actually the first ever officially nationally syndicated global voice in gaming on radio, on all the biggest stations worldwide, because I'm partnered with AURN, which is the American Urban Radio Network. So that's the first time that has ever happened. I'm a character, different video games. I make songs for the games, and I'm really my name. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop game, I'm really who I am. I'm a hip hop artist. I'm a gamer. Like, I do this. So I think at the end of the day, as long as everything you do is authentic, and I never worked for anybody in the gaming industry. I always been independent, you know what I'm saying? Dame Dad status. So I always been able to do what I wanted to do, help people, and continue to grow the industry. So to me, just that much more of me, I wanted to set a tone that you can still show mad love, be positive, and you don't have to blow up by being negative. You don't have to blow up by doing clickbait to trigger people. You know what I'm saying? You could be mad cool, make mad money, and make an impact positively and stuff like that. I'm also a partner with the Board of Education. So I actually have a program called Playmakers where we utilize gaming to teach financial literacy. We utilize gaming to develop character because the slogan is character is your currency. You know what I'm saying? So one of my main things, Destiny, is everybody got their own fingerprint. You know what I'm saying? In this world, everybody has a one of something. I discovered what my one of one was. So at the end of the day, everything I do is exclusive to how I do it. So anything I attach myself to is going to get the victory, period. So that's how I operate. That's a little bit about me and some of the things that I've been able to break barriers on.
No, I absolutely love that. I love the positivity and the energy that comes into that because, listen, I feel like growing up in our culture, being Black, like there's so many people telling us no, that it pushes us to be like, no, we're not taking no for an answer. And if you don't want to listen to me, I'm going to make my own thing. And that's exactly what you've been doing. And I think that's incredible because I feel like with Black Voices in Gaming, it is that platform where we're showing a lot of developers, a lot of content creators, a lot of business people who are out here making their own thing without, not saying that some people don't help them, but like really it's them. Like the brand is them. And I just think, listen, I feel like when people watch this and they watch you and they watch Jay and they watch all these developers, like it's really, really inspiring. Wow. And I am inspired, like legit. Like there's so many things that I want to do that sometimes I think we can get a little overwhelmed with like, man, I don't know if I can do this. Or you hear no so many times, you want to give up. But you are literally, you and Red and Jay and all the developers we've had on, even Justin, you guys are some of the most amazing, talented, creative people that I have had like the pleasure of working with. And I want to see you succeed because I know that when you succeed, you are going to be lifting up other people to help them succeed. And I think that's what's incredible because it's not a selfish kind of like, I want to be number one. It's I want to be a number one so the next person can come up and be number one. Like I want to help everybody. And that's kind of what I get from everybody who comes on Black Voices in Gaming. But okay,
absolutely.
enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you got to pass the plug and help people out. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't gatekeep and stuff like that. You got to pass the plug. Now what you do with it is, you know, that's up to you. Like, you know what I mean? But you got to pass that plug. So I'm with you on that big time.
Yes. And when you said gatekeep, absolutely. We can't be doing that in our culture. We have to. The only way for us to actually make it to the top as a group is to help each other out as a group, which is why Black Voices in Gaming is so important. That's why we have you on here. That's why we've had Red on here. That's why Justin and Alfonso put this together is because like we're here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're here for the culture and we're here to be seen and to be heard. And listen, y'all are not gonna not hear Hip Hop Gamer. Okay?
Oh yeah, facts.
He is doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like you ain't gonna escape me. I literally just came off the plane today from New Orleans. I was just on ESPN yesterday because we did a big program out there and we performed on the actual court before tip-off for the Pelicans and Dallas Mavericks game. So and even with that, we brought like 5 inner city youth kids that's talented in New Orleans and gave them their shine too. So we do this at the highest level. And we ain't just talking about it. I can show you everything, you know what I mean? And one thing I wanted to say that before you go to your next question, one thing I wanted to say, you said that you know, a lot of times it can be overwhelming when a lot of people keep telling you no. A lot of people keep telling you no. Here's just words of, I'm not saying you got to do this or anybody that's watching. Please. It's just words of advice, I would just say. But if people tell you no, you got to tell yourself yes. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you tell yourself yes, then you block out all the noise and go get it done. And then the same people that told you no is going to be asking you questions on how to be a part of your yes.
Ooh,
you understand what I'm saying?
That was so good. Yes.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And the thing is, everything I'm saying, like everything I'm saying, Destiny, I'm living proof of that. So I ain't just saying it because it sounds nice as a soundbite.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I do this. Like, so at the end of the day, I want people that's watching this to, when people tell you no, that's fine. Because your vision is for you. They may not get it. That's cool. And it doesn't mean there's any ill will to it. They don't get it. That's fine. But if they tell you no, you tell yourself yes. Because later on, that no is going to want to be a part of your yes. Remember that.
Absolutely. No, that's facts. And you're living proof and you're living in your truth. And I appreciate that. That is some of the best advice that I've ever heard. Like it's short, simple, but like so real at the same time. So I appreciate that. I need that advice at times. So yeah, I definitely know that people out there will probably appreciate hearing that. And I'm all for it. So one of the questions I wanted to ask about, because we kind of talked about your wrestling belt, which was what I really wanted to know about. We talked about your gaming career. Let's jump into your music career, because listen, that video was fire. Like,
wow,
you are so talented. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So you know what's interesting? So on the music side of things, just to give you a bit of the history, I wasn't always who I am today. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up East New York, Brooklyn, born and raised, you know what I'm saying? And that was a completely different environment for real. So what happened is they used to call me Jackal Flares back in the day. They used to call me Jackal. I was a completely different person. You know what I'm saying? Everything was gangster rap, cursing here, wilding out, ready to pop off. It was different, right? So my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ changed my life. My grandmother helped bring me to that point. And one of the things that changed my life was I used to work in the mailroom for all the record labels: Def Jam, Rockefeller, Bloodline, rest in peace, DMX, Dipset, everywhere. I worked in the mailroom, Universal Music Group, all of that, right? And I used to play my music in the mailroom. There was this one guy, I don't even remember his name. It's such a long time ago, but I don't remember his name, but he was a tall dude, dreads or something like that. And the thing is, he said, yo, you very intelligent. Why do you always curse all the time? Like, why make a song without cursing? So I've always been the type of person that was up for a challenge, right? So I made a song without cursing, and he was like, yo, that's amazing. Now do it again. And then over time, it made me realize that, wow, like when I performed like this, I was no longer being edited. I didn't have to be edited because I'm broadening my vocabulary. I can just say what I got to say without having to edit anything. And then the second thing is I started to translate into my daily speech over time. You know what I'm saying? So now in my regular daily talking voice, I don't curse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of these things. I'm a family brand. And the thing is that changed my life on that concept is when I got offered a record deal, me and my peoples, me, my family, my brothers and stuff, I was 14 years old and I turned the deal down. Like MC Shan and everything from back in the day, the Book of Bridge. Yeah, I had record deals like offered to me. And I turned it down because it didn't feel right what I was about to step into. So I had a whole different purpose that I didn't understand in these moments. So fast forward to today, I'm able to write about music, write my music about games, write about anything. I don't use curse words. Everything is positive and uplifting. And if I'm battling somebody, I can still battle somebody without being vile and vulgar with it. I have my own style of doing it. So to me, it's a humbling honor to do the music the way I want to do it and put it in the areas that I want to put it and utilize it as another anchor to build my brand and inspire other people that, yo, the same dude that made a song for Watch Dogs 2 is the same dude that was rapping, with Sheek Louch from the Locks in the mailroom. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a different impact, and I'm the only one that can say that, in the culture right now. So I'm very excited about what's to come musically, and stay tuned because I have something already ready to go. It's just a certain time frame when it's going to come out, but I got something that's going to surprise a lot of people. Let's just say hashtag gamers can rap, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay. Well,
because it ain't just me. It ain't just me. Shout out to Mega Ran. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Dan Bull. Shout out to Richie Branson. There's others, but gamers can rap, and you're gonna see something different.
Oh, I'm excited because I grew up listening to rap music, so
yeah, of course.
Being a gamer and listening to rap music, you'd be sitting there gaming, and then you would have like DMX on, or you'd have Tupac on, you have Biggie on in the background as you're playing. But having you be integrated into games like this is why I'm excited. I'm excited because it's not just them taking our music and using it for their games. It's literally us making the music for the games. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's so important, because you have that saying where it's just like they like everything that we produce, but they just don't like us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why we're coming up and we're showing that there's a huge difference where you're opening doors that have never been opened before, and that is incredible.
And I want more people to walk in, and I just want more people to walk in and elevate, because it's not. Look, man, you can't do it by yourself. You're not going to find success by yourself. And who you going to share with if you're by yourself? So it's like, come on.
Right.
Let's get it.
Right. And I think one of the things that's so important, and then we'll wrap it up, but you're not stepping on other people to get to the top. And I think that's really important. I think a lot of people need to understand that you do not have to step on people. You don't have to tear people down to make your path, or to create your path to get where you want to be. And if you think you do, we literally have an example of someone who has not done that and is here telling you right now how he's done it, what he's continued to do, and how he's opening doors, hoping more of you who might be interested in getting into gaming, getting into music, can walk through. And that's so amazing. Yeah. That's amazing, because you don't have a lot of people who want to help other people out, and I think this is incredible, and I'm so happy that
it's crazy because people
about it.
Because a lot of times most people, they operate out of fear and scarcity. You know what I'm saying? So if you operate out of fear and scarcity, you may hurt someone not intentionally, but you thinking about yourself because you got to survive. And if it's me or you, then, you're going to choose yourself and step on somebody else just to get something. And I think that's foul. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people will put you against somebody just to be able to get further in your career. Then you got to ask yourself, where do you want your career to go? Because it ain't going to last long. Like, you can have a successful moment, or do you want to have a successful longevity, enjoyable career over time? Right. So you got to remember, like 2008, 2023. And it's not stopping. It feels like it's just beginning all over again with all the stuff that's going on. Now, secretly, there's a lot of people that like I helped out, put in position, and there's a lot of people that have benefited for things that I told companies to do, period, because it's like y'all helping them to your benefit, but what about helping them to their benefit? It has to go mutual. So there's a lot of things that's changed behind the scenes that people may not be aware of that I had a hand in. But what I will say is right now in this climate, I am ecstatic to see a lot of people starting to get theirs and get what they deserve. It is everything to me. And I always like, what do you need? What's your goals? Hit me up. I know this person. Boom. Or go here. You need to be here. Boom. Like, it don't take away nothing from me. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's only one hip hop gamer. Go, I do this. At the same time, look it around you. Black Voices in Gaming is the name of this joint. You know how many out there? Like, they got mad things popping off. We supporting everything. We lit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going all out. I'm like fire emoji on everything. Yeah. We moving. Let's go. So, yep.
Oh my God. I love it. Well, that's it for us. We got to wrap it up. I could talk to you all day. We got to connect. Red, we got to connect. Tell her I said I love her. Guys, you've
Denise said she loved you.
She hosted with me. We were on a few shows back. But I just want to say thank you again for coming on and sharing your knowledge with us, your words of wisdom, because they are so needed, especially for the young who are coming up and want to get into the industry. If anybody wants to find out more about you, your music, what you're up to, can you drop your socials one more time?
Yo, Google me, Hip Hop Gamer. I'm everywhere. Just Google me. You type in Hip Hop Gamer, everything, and that thing's mama and sister and brother and cousin and Ray, everybody at the barbecue is gonna pop up when you type my name in. All right, Hip Hop Gamer, the GOAT of the game. You know what I'm saying? Hot 97, Logitech, GAMD, and don't forget to get that Plitch. Black Voices in Gaming. Denise, what up? Let's get it.
Yes, thank you so much. Guys, this has been an absolute pleasure, and We will talk to you again at some point, Hip Hop Gamer. Like, oh my God, that was incredible. But listen, guys, if you're enjoying what you've seen so far, if you've liked any of the games, if you've liked any of the people that we've had come on, please go find their socials and go look them up. Also, if you want to help BVIG, you can always help through donations through our Tiltify for Black Voices in Gaming, because that goes towards our mission of helping game studio entrepreneurs succeed. And yeah, listen, that was dope. I need to calm down. I need a moment. We'll be back in a bit. If you missed some of the dope developers and games last month, don't worry, we got you. We're going to take a look at some of the amazing titles our developers are working on.
Can you play something for their friends and family? Your distraction machine. Will it save our people or lead us to ruin?
Why don't we run away?
let's fly away into the night sky. They must sit and now watch as we fly by. Black tint on the whip like a drive-by. Baby girl, you know we got the right vibe. Hey, I wanna disappear. I wanna know if you would follow me there. Yeah. I wanna disappear. I wanna know if you would follow me there. Sometimes I wanna run away. I for take time on our way. I lick a place that we can hide. I lick a space to ease my mind.
Moneybags News Network proudly presents your #1 source for your current events. Of course, with a little of my commentary sprinkled in. Oh, we got a guest today. Before I bring him in, what's up? Beat down city still wildin'. Run by some tyrants whose lifestyle the foulest. Law enforcement so childish. Knowing it's wrong, but they won't do a damn thing about it. President's gone, a victim of kidnapping. We keep screaming and still nothing happens. Man, it's driving me insane, making me wanna up and suplex a train. Anyway, when we get back from the break, we gon' meet someone who has something important to say. So grab a little snack or something cold and just chill to the next episode. Come on.
Revolution! Untelevised tonight, cause it's money bag news with the lies you like. Look at the bad news fighting on a Friday night. If you call it bad news, you're right. I'm providing the coverage for once. Tired of ruckus, and my foes getting wise to the lies they publish. Conflicted interests, some conundrum. They run from the source where the funding comes from. You know what really grinds my gears? When the president disappears, ain't nobody saying shit is weird. We gon' make it all crystal clear with baseball, bats, strips, and spears. I got the key to the sun, the beat down. Rage unlimited, reach down. I'm standing on mine to be down. We can be down, raw to a pull apart. Mess around there, find out Boulevard.
Like low, moon high. I can see you home through a fog light. My hands getting cold, long night. Skin pale, black bar, we'll be alright. Set sail in the mist, keep it king close. See the try going in, what we here for? Throw it down, let me hold a couple arrows. But a claim, I'm a lane, let the string go. Now we know we don't have time now to fight back. Breathe. We don't have time now to fight back. Go, let a man grow, let the land flow black. Get my kinfolk or the gold in the sack. Fall in folk deep, no sleep at the snap. I can sleep in a tree, but I'm still in the attack, cause we here now. Boy, you better get a show when we throw down. Ghosts getting close, let me slow down. Whoa, gone looking for a throw now. Till we gone, if it's water in sight, then it's on now.
Wow, that was a really cool block of trailers. I'm really excited for all those games. I'm again, it shows just like the breadth and depth of the space, right? We get a chance to see so many cool games that are going to be hopefully in your hands very, very soon, and get a chance to kind of check those out. Des, what are your thoughts about that amazing kind of dope trailer block that we got a chance to see?
Listen, I'm always super excited to see any of the games that Black Voices and Gaming are showcasing. And I know we got to see a trailer for a game that we are going to be checking out in this next interview, which I'm super excited about. Who are we checking out in the next interview? Because I know you know, Khalif. Like, tell the people.
Absolutely. We get to bring our friend Joseph Hooker to the stage to talk about Trigger and talk about this wonderful game that's coming into the space. Joseph, let's welcome you to the stage and get to hear more from you about all of the work that you're doing in the space and how you got here.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Joseph Hooker. I am a developer out of Oakland, currently working on top-down arcade shooter. I started out just as a kid in high school, making video games as part of a social outreach program. And I got hooked up with Justin along the way, and he's been helping me hone my skills and make releasing this a reality.
So I'm super hyped for this because this fills all those kind of aesthetic needs that I have. This reminds me of so many games that I played as a youngster, and now, you know, kind of being a little bit older and getting a chance to get some of those retro vibes. Talk to us a little bit about Trigger and how you thought about this game coming into the space.
Yeah. I started out like my first games that I ever played were on the main emulator. I played like Galaga and Asteroids on my dad's computer, and so I've always kind of had like an interest in classic arcade games. And so coming into it, like on my first like solo game that I ever wanted to make, I decided that I wanted it to be something that kind of scratched that itch for me, and also felt like how I would do it given what I know now and kind of the modern techniques that can be deployed now that we've kind of come so far in the games industry.
Nice. So I had a question for you. I know that like you've gotten some help from the Black Developer Game Fund, and you mentioned like meeting Justin and like him kind of mentoring you. How did that come about? How did you meet Justin? That like we don't get these stories a lot, but how did you guys connect?
Yeah, I was part of the Game Heads program out of Bay Area, and then during one of the early showcases, Justin came around to see some of the games, and he saw like a very early prototype of Trigger, and said he was interested in helping me get it out in the world.
So we're watching some gameplay currently. We got Des on the sticks. Go through a little bit of info for folks at home who are just getting a chance to see this for the first time about what the game experience is, what the loop is, and how they can best kind of get their score up in the game.
Yeah. So the core game loop is you start out as just like a very simple ship that can turn and then shoot different colors. Turning is like with the shoulder pads, and shooting different colors is ascribed to like each individual button on a controller. So like red is B, green is A, blue is X, and your goal is to just it's an infinite wave arcade shooter. So you just keep fighting enemies until you can't anymore.
All right, so you got to tell me, Des, how's the game feel? How are things moving? You're wrecking it right now.
But I'm just, you know what? This is not the type of game I usually. I'm coming from farming and gambling to saving the universe, basically. So I'm just doing my best right now.
So I love. Okay. So talk again about the color changes in the game and what they represent for the folks at home.
Yeah. So each enemy will spawn with a given color, and while you can hurt them with a color that doesn't match, you're gonna get the most points and the most drops by doing color matching. So hit hit the red enemy with the red shot, hit the green enemy with the green shot, hit the blue enemy with the blue shot.
Got it. Okay. So that brings in so many different versions or kind of, permutations on how you can kind of play the game and get the best effect once you're kind of already on the sticks. And you talked a little bit about Galaga being an inspiration here. What were some other games you played, throughout your game playing time that really kind of informed Trigger and what you were trying to build?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, Ikaruga.
Yes.
Zero Ranger. That's kind of a newer one that I really loved playing that.
Oh my god!
During the pandemic.
Sorry. I just realized that the colors correlate with the buttons on my controller. I am so dumb. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
And then there's some like Toho. That's kind of a deeper cut for those who aren't in the top-down scene. And then I was also inspired by like a lot of roguelites. So there's like an upgrade system after you defeat a boss that will modify how you can play the game. So like if you're maybe not all that good at color matching, for instance, for example, there are certain upgrades that'll allow you to like have higher firepower. Yeah, the green things will help.
The green things heal me.
Yeah.
No. Listen, y'all, this is not my first time playing the game. Whatever.
Des, what are your thoughts so far? I mean, you're rocking it right now. You're getting it done.
I mean, like, the fact that I haven't died yet, I'm not gonna say I'm a professional at it, but.
Oh, I love this. This just gives me so many vibes of games that I just loved playing as a kid. And there's some early Xbox games that I remember being very close to this too. Like, why can't I think of it right now? I just fell off the tip of my tongue. But I played so many hours of that game. For the folks, also, here's a quick question for you. In a game that has color matching like this, do you have any options in there, or you're working on the options for accessibility stuff for like color blindness and things like that too?
Yeah. I have systems in place right now that are going to allow for both changing the colors themselves that are present in the game. So if you wanted to make red an entirely different color, that's a possibility for you. As well as having just like preset modes for the different kinds of color blindness, so that like certain colors will be like closer to white than the actual color themselves. So like if you have red-green color blindness, I can switch the color like green to white using a post-processing effect, so that you can differentiate better. Yeah,
that's super cool. So how long have you been working on the game again?
I've been working on it on and off while I've been like going to school for about like 4 years now. Oh yeah, and then here's the upgrading system.
I like this. Ooh, this is cool.
So if you turn, you can choose. Yep.
Pick which ones I want to.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that one.
Just from a visual aesthetic process, yeah, like even the visual aesthetic of that just really made me happy. That's super cool. I just like that.
Yeah,
it's very, very clean in that respect too.
Okay, blue.
What has been the kind of most interesting thing that you found out about the development process during your time making this game? I think everybody, once you've made a game or you're starting to make your first game or even your second or third, you end up pulling away with some tidbits of things that you learn that kind of influence the next layer of development. What has that been like for you, especially as you're doing this not full time, you're doing this kind of, in between, your schooling and things like that?
Yeah. I've learned that it's very, like when you're working on a game like this, it's a lot about like what you don't include than what you do include. So like a lot of this is about restraint, like not like going overboard, because it's trying to harken towards certain things and certain aesthetics. And so a lot of this has been like me adding something and then me like going, okay, does this contribute to what I'm going for, or is this like overloading the player, overloading the aesthetic, and kind of clashing a bit. and like kind of going through that process over and over again until I have something that I'm happy with.
That's fantastic.
I want to be a part of this conversation, but I just can't. I'm like so focused.
Anytime you want to jump in with any questions or any findings that you have, it's just totally fine. I got questions on questions.
I'm gonna let you handle it. I'm not a boss again.
Also, this has really fantastic music. Talk a little bit about that too, because I think that's a driver for games like this in a real way.
Yeah. I had an awesome composer come in and be able to develop some composing music for me called Tony Lays, and he just was able to pick up on the vibe I was going for from my initial documents, like from the jump. So it's been very very nice to be able to just like have that opportunity to work with someone like that, and then as well like with just other artists. Being able to like work on them with my vision for something.
Yeah, I love that, and also the name of the game Trigger is a play on trigger. Is that the call there?
Yeah, it's like triple trigger.
Sorry, I like that a lot. That's super cool. Yeah. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. I'm very, very excited about getting my hands on this and getting a chance to play this. Any last thoughts about the process of kind of going through and making this, or again, one of the things that you want to pull for the player who's going to be checking this out?
Yeah, sure. I would say like the point of the game is to kind of be hard and to be a bit frustrating.
You say that again.
And unforgiving at times. So like, I would definitely say go into this with the mindset of like it's designed to piss you off at certain points, because that's what I'm trying to get at, is kind of that classic like quarter eating machine kind of thing.
I like that back of the box quote. Bound to piss you off. But I love that. Again, like I think games like this, they give me that old school feel that I miss a lot. I'm a big score hunter, quarter muncher kind of person when it comes to games like this. It feels very much like a game that speaks to that old school arcade feel. And just the aesthetic too just has a lot of that. I remember that Asteroids kind of vibe, right? Those geometric shapes kind of pulling through and being the enemies that you have to fight through to get to the scores that you want to get to. If of all the folks that you've had a chance to kind of test this and play with it, give me the goods. Who's the best so far? Who's the person who we have to look out for on the leaderboards to make sure that we're taking them down? Is it you or is it Dez?
Yeah.
So far, over here.
Yeah, you've been pretty good. So far, I think I've been the one that's been doing the best. I will say that like more recently I've had other people from the mix be able to get on it, and there's a guy, Andre, who's been able to quickly kind of get up the leaderboard and very much challenge me a bit. And so I'm making adjustments.
So Andre, huh?
You're making adjustments, huh?
So Andre, huh? We got to come for Andre. We got to get Andre off the boards.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be practicing so I can get up there with you and Andre. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm proud of myself. I thought I was gonna die immediately, and I got to like the third wave. It's actually a lot of fun. And I do remember y'all, this is like old school, but going to the laundromat because there was always arcade machines there with my grandmother and like playing these type of games like Snake and stuff. And like, it definitely, like if you were trying to pull on some nostalgia strings, you got it with this game. Absolutely.
Awesome.
You've sold me. I am ready to get down and take Andre out of here. I got to get Andre done out of here. You're not.
You better look out, Andre.
I'm taking the spot from you. We're gonna make it happen in a real way. Justin, before we let you go, give the folks at home a little bit more information about where they can find out more about the game, more about your work, and more about Trigger in general.
Yeah. You can find me at JoeDevs on Twitter, and there isn't going to be a lot about that like right now, but there's going to be more coming out after we do a mixed showcase at GDC. So yeah, stay tuned for updates on that. Yeah.
Awesome. Joseph, thank you so much for being with us today. So excited to hear more. I'm finally going to get some hands-on with this. Now you said it's going to be at GDC. That's going to be fantastic. Again, Andre, I'm coming for you. Taking your scores down.
Taking you down. Team BVIG.
Right? You're just going to see it in the scores right there. Just see BVIG in there, and they're going to be like, what happened? Who's this? Thank you again, Joseph, for rocking with us. Des, any other last thoughts for Joseph before we let him go?
Listen, I think this game is incredible. I had a lot of fun. When I first started it, I was like, oh man, this is not my type of game. I'm gonna embarrass myself on screen. But no, it was fun. And just, proud of you and your creativity and the work that you put in always. And thank you for coming on to BVIG. Thank you for telling us how you met Justin and how that all came about, because these are the kind of stories that we want to share when we do our showcase. So yeah, good luck to you and all your future endeavors.
Awesome. Thank you.
Very, very cool. That was Joseph Hooker, everybody, coming and bringing us Trigger to check out. I'm very, very excited because now I have another score chaser game to play. Games like this are the ones that those are my before I go to bed games, where people are like, don't play anything stressful before you go to bed. I love to play games that are a little bit stressful before they go to bed. It really calms me down.
Khalif stresses out as his wind down. Thank you.
I watch horror movies before I go to bed. I play stressful video games, but because I don't care about my life. But it was dope to see you rock it. You did a really good job on playing.
Thank you.
Getting to level 3.
I want everybody to know that was my first time playing. I know I sound facetious right now, but for real, that was my first time. I was my first time playing, so I'm pretty proud of that. It wasn't no Animal Crossing where it's just easy. There's some skill. Actually, playing the game makes me feel like I'm a better gamer. So for anybody who has anything to say, watch it. I hope you saw that. I'm
Take
coming
that,
for
Andre.
you, Andre.
Watch that, Andre. You saw how Des rocked it. Watch out, Andre. Coming for you, wherever you may be.
Awesome. Well, guys, listen, we still have so much more to show you, but don't forget to check out our Steam store. And don't forget to wishlist all the games that you've seen on today's showcase, as well as those that you've seen in the past. And I'm pretty excited because we have a new guest coming up. She's incredible. She's done so much for the gaming community. We're going to watch a quick video, but let's get it rolling for Letta J.
It's the grand opening for Coexist Game. There's commercial spot right here on 38th Street between 9th and 8th. It is lit.
The energy in here is amazing. You're walking in a completely different world.
It's like a gaming club in New York where people can come, content creators and music people, and just connect. It's really dope.
There's a whole party going on. Oh man, if you're a gamer, you would definitely love this place.
There's all these classic games that you can play.
They have over 2,000 games, from a Neo Geo, Super Nintendo.
On the first floor, there's a bunch of arcade games. In the back, we have the Citadel. People are chilling in the lounge. Upstairs, we have tournaments, NBA 2K22.
They have a bottom floor with a lounge. They got ping pong downstairs. They have the big Uno cards.
People performing and stuff like that.
They have a studio. I'm into music, so that was super dope for me.
Coexist is a place where creatives come together. It's games, it's music, it's art. It's a lot of creatives coming in one space, really enjoying the company of people who they would have never met outside of a space like this.
People who will never coexist outside can step in these doors and meet a whole nother branch of friends that they probably would not have connected with outside. I'm the type of person that I see you walking on the street and in my head, I want to be your friend, but I'm like, we're in New York, we don't do that. In Coexist, you can do that.
You meet people and they have that same energy and it just builds as a collective.
I think this is a good spot for anybody who's not even a gamer because you can chill, you can drink, you can vibe, network.
Everyone has a space here at Coexist Gaming.
Even if you don't play games, there's still a chance to connect with people.
I've met 2 girls here And I'm like, oh, how long have you guys known each other? And they're like, we just met here. And now we're a group of people hanging out. And I'm sure at some point we'll collab on music. This is the place for that kind of energy to consistently be that way. I've never felt anything like this before.
It's all love here. I feel like everyone's trying to meet people for genuine like connections.
We're gonna vibe and we're gonna talk, and Coexist lets it all come together in one spot.
Oh, also you have people that will bust my ass in Smash Bros. So that's too.
So incredible. And I know you talked about touring in Japan. I used to live in Korea for like 5 years, so I've been to Japan a couple of times, and like just I totally understood what you were talking about, walking in and just losing yourself because there's so much going on in those spaces. And I think one of the places I went to was in Okinawa, and it was like this gaming bar. So when I saw Coexist, I was like, yo, food, games, people who look like you, which is so important. Loving the same things you do is just, I love that you're putting this together. I can't believe you're listen, I was excited about Coexist, but now you're saying you've got a magazine coming out with cosplay, and that's really important just because I feel like Black cosplayers don't get enough recognition. And they get hated on a lot for cosplaying characters they like. And it's just ridiculous. So I love that you're showcasing that. Can you tell me a little more about this convention? Because I want to go. And I'm sure everybody else who's watching wants to go. So please, like, give us more details about this.
Of course. Well, so, I mean, one of the biggest milestones that I've reached is bringing, we ended up having 3 locations in Brooklyn, and they were all residential spaces. So literally 2 duplexes and a townhouse, because we kept outgrowing them, but they also serve different purposes. The goal was to finally get to our first commercial space, which we did at the end of last year. So we have this beautiful 3-level space, a little under 4,000 square feet, right in the heart of just Midtown Manhattan, steps from Times Square. And the goal is to bring back that convention that we started with in the first place. This amazing experience is but this is going to be a 2-day con. So Saturday and Sunday, 12 to 12, where it's all the things we love. One of the really cool things that we did in the competitive scene was we took, normally you'll go to like a 2K tournament, or you'll go to like Overwatch, and everybody's there to see that particular game. But we would have an itinerary of 5 to 7 tournaments happening in one day. So like 3 o'clock, there's someone Tekken in the PlayStation Lounge, 2K's down over here, Smashes in the Nintendo Lounge. We had Connect 4 tournaments, like really cool stuff for casual gamers too. And it was so inclusive that what was happening is people that were only seeing people that they normally streamed, they actually saw them in real time. So we were really bringing communities together. Boy. And there were so many gamers are creative, right? So we were did dance battles. We did live performances. We did cosplay fashion shows. We have anime trivia. And now it's just kind of like up in the ante, so everything is just another level. We actually did kind of a really special event that was the precursor to the Coexist Con. We had Chuck Huber, voiceover actor, come through who plays tons of characters on My Hero Academia, Naruto, and Hunter x Hunter. And so, it was so dope. So this is why I was excited. At DICE, I met Chris Judge, who plays Kratos, and literally I got his info, and I'm trying to get him to come to a con. And so he texted me,
oh my God.
I'm like, Chris Judge, just text my phone. And so I just really I'm really excited to bring kind of like, I tell everyone we are inclusive, right? We're inclusive. We don't turn anyone away. But of course I would be remiss as a woman of color not to highlight and support and represent us. We need that support. And so one of the most exciting things that I'm excited about the con is that we're doing an entire area for developers. So now the developers don't have to be separated from the rest of the community. I want to bridge the gap between esports and development, and this is what that looks like.
Oh my God. Look, I think you're doing so many amazing things. Not only are you here, Black Voices in Gaming, talking about it, but you're out there doing it in your own way. And I love the message of togetherness. that really like it just encompasses the whole thing that you're doing, which is really beautiful, because I think within the industry there's times that we really separate ourselves, like, oh, you're not a true gamer, or you only play this type of game, and it just doesn't matter. Like, people should enjoy games the way they enjoy it, anime, cosplay. And so, all right, I know this event is happening.
Yes.
I'm very excited. Like, I'm like shaking excited because I want to go. Where can we find out more information and keep up to date with just all the things that you're doing, all the things with Coexist? Like, how do we find that information if we want?
Yes. So right now, everything's available on our website. You go to coexistgaming.com, and there's a tab for events on the homepage. So we're actually announcing the con at the top of next week. April 1st and 2nd are the dates. I know. So I'm really excited. You know, it's the first one, and we just want the community to come out, support, meet, network, experience everything, come in their best cosplay, and just really, really have a great time coexisting. I'm going to tell you this, the most exciting part for me is that it's a monthly con. So every month we will literally be hosting a 2-day con. So it's just a really dope opportunity to continue building community like we always have.
No,
we shouldn't have to wait once a year, right?
We shouldn't have to. And I love that you're doing it once a month, because like, I think that just makes it accessible, which is really important, right? Because not everybody can go at a certain time of the year, but if you do it all year long, like, that's incredible. Because when you said April, I was like, how am I going to make this work? But now that I know, I'm so excited for it. Listen, I want to tell, I know we don't really know each other, but like from this point on, you're about to be bestie. Like, you're going to be in my top 5.
Clearly. Yes.
But I want to say, from one Black female creator and being in the industry, how proud I am of your successes, and that, like, I truly, truly hope that you reach all the goals that you want to reach, because I can see right now that, like, you're not just doing it for you, you're doing it for the culture and the community, and there's just not enough of us doing that. So I am super proud of you.
Thank you so
much. And I just think
much.
that's incredible. Yeah, no. But guys, listen, please, if you want to find out more about the cons, which she just dropped, they're happening once a month, so this is incredible. And you want to find out more about Coexist, or you just want to find out more about Letta and her music, which I'm gonna jump on in just a second, because I do want to talk about your music. That is a huge part of your life. Do not forget to check out their website. So before we wrap it up, can you tell me a little bit about your music journey? Because I know we've talked about coexisting, but I feel like music is so ingrained into Black culture that, like, we have to talk about that. I couldn't end the interview without you telling me a little bit more about your journey in the music world.
Well, it feels like it's been so long, because I've been singing since I was a little girl. I started playing the violin, the viola, the cello when I was 5, and the alto sax when I was 9, and the piano when I was 12, and then the guitar when I was 15, and performing at UIL competitions. I was classically trained. I used to sing in opera and all of that. And so it's been a really big part of my life. And so I moved to New York and signed my first record deal. It's been years ago now, but all of the lessons I've learned, like the music I created. So when I was signed under Motown, I was actually kind of a pop rock artist. So my tours have always been international. And I'm dropping a single this year, and I'm very excited about it, because it's actually, a lot of people don't know, but like, I'm Dominican. And so it's funny, because there's this meme where you're like hanging with your Black friends, and then they find out you're Dominican too. And so you're like, you're like, bendición, mami. And they're like, I don't even know you know? But it's funny, because the song is in English and Spanish. And so it's called Patron, which means boss in Spanish. And so it's very much a tribute to women, and just like empowering boss. I don't know if we can curse on here. I was about to say empowering boss, please, but
boss big. No, I know.
You know what I mean? Exactly. But just everything. And it's like, it's a very powerful song lyrically, even though it's in English and Spanish. And it's something that I just want, to just kind of, it's like where I'm at right now. And so I'm excited that I feel more free musically than I have, because record labels are changing, but they are just not the most supportive of your creative journey in terms of, it's just it's a tough game. And so every creative wants to be able to make a living off of doing what they love. But you don't want to have to deal with men who abuse their power and their positions of authority. And it is a really unfortunate part of that industry. So I sort of set out on this path to just create opportunities for people through music. And thankfully, gaming allows me to do that too. So I created our Coexist Music Monday program. It's kind of interesting how I literally redirected everything I love into gaming, because gaming is, like, development particularly, is as creative as it is technical. So I get to be an engineer, I get to be a recording artist, I get to be a competitive gamer, I get to be a chef, I get to be a som, I get to be all the things that I am, unapologetically, authentically, and I get to show other people that they can too. And that's my life's work. It's the most fulfilling thing to me in the world. I'm really grateful.
That's what's up. Oh my God. You are just a jewel. I'm so serious. I wish I could talk to you for like ever, but
I know we're gonna have to talk offline.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk offline, because I want to help however I can, because I'm all about representation and inclusion. Letta J, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing a part of your journey. Guys, do not miss out. Go check her out. If you don't understand how dope she is just from the 20 minutes you got to listen to her, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on, and don't be a stranger. Yeah,
I won't. We
Don't
out
be a
here. I'm gonna
stranger.
see you at GDC. We vibing. I love it. We coexisting. You know the energy.
Yes.
You feel
All right,
it?
guys. I feel it. It's like, listen, I grew up loving Jim and the Holograms, and I totally felt that right then. Like, the synergy is there. But before we drop off, really quickly, one more time, where can people find you? Drop your socials so we can keep up with what Letta J is up to.
Yes, so you can hit me directly at Letta J Music. That's LETTA J Music. But of course, you need to follow everything Coexist. So it's Coexist Gaming on Instagram, Coexist Gaming GG on Twitter. But if you go to our website, all of our links to all of the platforms are actually at the top and the bottom of the website. We'd love to coexist with you. Pull up, holla at your girl. Let's keep the progress moving forward.
That's what's up. Thanks, Jay. We will keep going. Jay has been such an incredible guest, and we have more guests coming up. So, actually, we don't have any more guests coming up. We saved the best for last. Aww. You are actually our last guest.
Aww. Well, I love that. I'm honored, and I had an amazing time.
No, thank you. All right, so guys, we're about to do our wrap up. We're going to bring Khalif back, and he's going to help me out as we basically end our show with a banger. So we'll see you in just a second. Yo, that was incredible. I'm always super amazed at the talent and all the hard work that goes into developing these games and just making moves in the industry on their own. Like, that's Jay's story with like Coexist is incredible. I want to go to New York. Like, I'm in Tennessee. We don't have that here. Khalif, tell me, what did you think about the show? What did you think about our guest?
Again, it's one of the things I love about BVIG is that we get a chance to see all these amazing devs and all these folks from all these corners of the world talk about their experiences and how they're making games better. It is one of the best things on the planet, and just so excited that I got a chance to be a part of it and rock with all of you at home. Jay was amazing. Zalavir, fantastic. Gerald continues to kill it with everything that he does. So we had a really banger of a show today for sure.
We really did. And that's what's up. And you know what? Before we go into thanking everyone again, I want to thank you, the viewer, and those of you who have taken the time to donate to our Tiltify. It means so much to us. Like, we really, really appreciate it. And yeah, that's from the bottom of my heart and all the developers. And I'm sure I can speak on Khalif. Like, we're all just like really thankful. Thank you. Thank you. I know that seems like sarcastic, but it's not. I really do want you to know that like you're special and we appreciate all your views, your likes, your thumbs ups, and your shares. But we are at the end of the show. And what we like to do at the end of the show is throw another thank you and show our appreciation to all those who have helped us get here where we are today. So let's roll it with the sponsors. Our partners for today's showcase, listen, like we said, PlayStation, silver sponsor. I have been rocking with PlayStation forever. I still rock my PS3. I don't care what anybody says. It's hooked up in my room. I'll be watching Netflix, YouTube, playing games, all kinds of stuff. Do you have any of your old systems, Khalif?
I do. I have a PS3. It's in my house somewhere, rocking, collecting dust, but bringing home memories. It's great. I love the PlayStation brand for sure.
See, PS3 is where it's at. Also, we'd like to thank our silver sponsor, ID at Xbox. I got my first Xbox last year, and as I said earlier, listen, I'm just waiting for my way to Wakanda, my way through all the games, and get the Black Panther one because it's so dope. And also, can I just say, y'all are doing the thing, Xbox. Like, the whole custom thing is dope. And Khalif didn't say he wanted one, but Khalif wants one too. So I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie and say, you know, if Wakanda Forever Edition just showed up at my doorstep, I wouldn't take it. I'd be totally excited about it. And shout out to the folks at ID at Xbox.
Oh yeah. Also, Riot, thank you so much. Listen, I know I said I was trash at your games, but I think you guys have done an amazing job. Not to mention that League of Legends is one of the first games with like true accessibility for free play for all players. The only things you're playing for are like aesthetics, and that doesn't even affect your game. So that's really dope because they're the first ones to kind of do that. So I didn't say that earlier, but y'all are doing the thing. Also, we'd like to thank our other sponsors, Raw Fury. We couldn't do this without your help, Razer. If you love PC gaming like I do, Razer's easily in my top 3. And Wilson Sonsini. Listen, every time I say that name, I get really hungry for pasta. It just rolls off the tongue. But they're a legal firm looking to get some action in the video game sector. And listen, we welcome you because we need that. As we're growing, we definitely need people who are helping us legally. We also want to say thanks to the Mix team and Media One. They have continued to break barriers and build a foundation for indie developers, and it's been an amazing journey to watch. But Khalif, I know you wanted to add some stuff in here, so I'm going to throw it to you. I've talked too much already.
I mean, we got to give some love as well to our broadcasting partners because they help us bring this show to all of you at home. So we have to give love to our folks from Twitch Gaming, IGN, Steam, GameSpot, and Game Jolt. It is fantastic to be able to do this work alongside all of them. If you are watching the show right now, please go check out our Steam event page as well. Don't forget to check that out at the Mix event page on Steam, where you can go and learn more about the BVIG titles. You can buy some of those available games, or you can add them to your wish list as well. And wish lists help the devs a ton. So make sure that you go and add the games you might have seen today on there as well. And before we go, we got to talk about all the wonderful folks who are donating and giving us some love on the merch and social sides. One of the amazing things that we get to do here at Black Voices in Gaming is that, you know, we go from a showcase to a nonprofit. It's been great to kind of build this out and get bigger and be able to do that work, which is helping so many developers reach their dreams and creating and releasing their own games. So if you want to help and support some of the devs that you've seen and some of the games you've seen today, please go check out our other showcases and be sure to go over there and go check out the BVIG Gaming Tiltify page as well. So make sure you're donating on that side of the fence too. If you want to go out and get some more dope drip too, you got to go check out the BVIG shirts. I need one in a 3X. I need that because I'm a chunky boy, so I got to get that into the mix as well. So if you want to go to the merch spot, go check that out as well. And before we go, if you got to give us some love on socials, give it up to our friends over at BVIG. The family is here. You can follow Black Voices in Gaming at BVIG Gaming on Twitter, at Black Voices in Gaming on IG, and everywhere else. You can go check out the work that we do at blackvoicesingaming.com. gamingspot.livepeoplefgaming.org. So, Des, it has been so dope to be able to do this with you. I have to give a massive amount of love and shout outs to the entire BVIG team for letting me rock today. You know how much I love working with all of y'all. I want to continue to uplift as many folks as we possibly can. So thank you all for having me and doing it for the culture. I'm just honored to be, in the mix, pun intended, in terms of all that, how that goes. And if you want to catch up with more of the work that I get a chance to do in the gaming space, please go make sure you check out Spawn on Me. We're on all podcast platforms as well. Check out @KhalifAdams on Twitter. And yeah, we have our 3rd annual Spawnies Awards. You'll be able to see that in early 2024. So make sure you're checking that out.
Nice. I'll be there. I will try to be there. I want to be there. But folks, that's it for our showcase today. But before we go, like I said, I wanted to thank you, the viewer, for being here and rocking with us. I hope you enjoyed yourself because I know Khalif and I had a blast introducing some new games, developers, and people making moves in the industry doing their own thing. If you saw a game today that piqued your interest, be sure to go wishlist it. Follow the developers and our other guests on their social media platforms and hit us up and tell us what you thought. Remember that BVIG isn't just a showcase, but it's now a nonprofit. So if you'd like to support us and the developers, head on over to the Tiltify and donate. No amount is too small, and we truly appreciate it. You're helping us to make sure that Black developers can be seen and heard. Representation matters, and that's why we're working so hard to make sure that you see us and you hear us. As always, it's been a pleasure. My name is Destiny, and you can find me at DMBC32 over at Twitter, or check me out over at Double XP, which is a podcast at Level 1 Gaming where I'll be chilling with the family. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy gaming, and we'll catch you next time.